Welcome back, beer tubers. Today we're going to take a look at a beer I've been wanting to try for a while. It finally showed up in town. This is Evil Twins Even More Jesus. This is a big 12% Imperial Stout. This particular batch was brewed at Westbrook, which is what a brewery that Evil Twins been contracting for a lot of their U.S. releases. So I know this was released overseas. I don't know if Westbrook did that version or not, so I don't know how this compares to the beer I saw a lot of the European beer reviewers do, but I got to pour it out. It's absolutely pitch black. It's got a very dark tan head on the beer, or sorry, dark brown head. It's very close to where Hunapoo's is, and in those Cigar City Imperial Stouts. Marshall Zhukov's the other one. Very dark beer, very viscous, a lot of legs on the side of the glass. Let's get the aroma on it. Oh wow, yeah, it's big, intense, dark malt, big time. I'm getting like a smokiness from the roastiness, a ton of like bitter coffee, espresso notes. There's a little bit of a mix of like a baker's chocolate and a semi-sweet chocolate, which kind of leads into a bit of a caramel note. And then there's some like dark fruits, like almost like a blackberry note to it as well. So it smells massive, it smells intense. Looking forward to it. Let's dig in. Cheers. Oh, that's delicious. Yeah, it's intense though. Whoa. Big long finish on this beer. It drinks a little differently than it smells. It's got some intense flavors, but there's a smoothness and a creaminess to the beer. It doesn't have a ton of sharp roast character to it, like bitterness. I mean, there is some of that, but it's a very smooth beer. It's a big long finish, picking up some of that alcohol kind of as it goes down the throat. Wow, really nice stuff. This is very similar to like Cigar City's Marshall Zhukov. First thing I get is big sweetness. It's a big combination of sweeter, like more like semi-sweet chocolate mixed with caramel, and there's a lot of that up front, and then the back end it continues to have this still big chocolate character. It's a very chocolatey beer. They're using a ton of dark malt in this, probably different types of chocolate malt, or at least a ton of some. There's certainly some roasted barley in there as well, because the finish has big roastiness, that espresso-like coffee character, and you get like a bitter chocolate as well, and kind of in between the sort of roasty chocolate character, there's a smokiness too, which I assume is coming from some of the darker malts as well. So it dries out very nicely. There's a nice subtle note between the transition of the big sweetness and then the dry, roasty, smoky character. There's a little bit of that sort of blackberry, dark fruit. It's more generic dark fruit. I get more of like a blackberry type of character. There might be a yeast ester coming through depending on what yeast they use. Good amount of alcohol in the back end. You get that kind of sweet, spicy alcohol sort of note as it goes down your throat. The alcohol is there. You can feel it more than you taste it because there's so much intense dark malt character in this beer. It's a fantastic beer. This would be perfect for a barrel because this could take on a very fresh, wet, any kind of spirit, brandy, bourbon, any of those types of barrels would pair really well with this beer. It add a bit more sweetness to it and it worked really well, but on its own, fantastic Imperial Stout. Highly recommend it. I don't know how it compares to the initial first batch they did, I believe probably about a year ago, but yeah, this is up there with the best of the Imperial Stouts out there. So I'm kind of teetering between an A and A+ with this. I'm just going to go A just because it might improve in a barrel, and I'm sure that's probably in the works with them. But yeah, highly recommend if you're a big fan of big, massive, intense Imperial Stouts. Evil Twins, Even More Jesus. Love the name of the beer, and Evil Twin, man, that guy's Yeppe's got some great recipes. Almost every Evil Twin beer I've had has been really good, so highly recommend it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, please comment and subscribe. Cheers.